Finished The Last of Us.
Oh God, yes! I was really hoping you were going to say that. So what'd you think? Let me hear. What's your overall outlook?
I was disappointed in Joel. That ending I did not enjoy.
Really disappointed in Joel.
Very disappointed.
It's a very, very selfish, very dick move.
Yes. Like, okay. You know, while you're going through it and you're saving Ellie and everything and you're thinking, you know, oh yeah, God, of course I gotta save her, whatever. And then after it's all done and you think, what have you really accomplished? It's something selfish for yourself, you know. He's regained a daughter or whatever. But the fact that that's what, I'm pretty sure that's what she would have wanted. She wanted her life to mean something instead of just be nothing but survival. And he literally took that away from her. And didn't even give her a choice. It made her feel meaningless. Oh yeah, there's like dozens of others just like you. They didn't even need, you know, your samples, all the sacrifices, everything that we went through all the way here. Almost getting raped, chopping that guy's face up with a machete. God. All of that, just cause pointless.
So what
just
did
left
you
me
think?
with a bad feeling in my gut, you know.
What'd you think about the going through that final boss battle-y feel? Not a boss battle, but it was the last through the hospital.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
First of all, that hospital, no one should be performing surgeries in there. That place is not sterile.
No, not even close.
Anyway.
Maybe they sterilized the one room, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I quickly made a mess of that with the doctor's brains.
Yep. I was actually going to ask you if he shot the guy or not. I don't know if you could get away from shooting him.
He what did he do? Hold him a scalpel? Something like that?
Yeah.
I walked like right up to him. Like,
I did
like
too.
He practically had it right up to my throat before I shot him.
I was walking up to him. I had my gun drawn, and I was walking up to him, and I looked away myself, and I pulled the trigger.
Oh.
I did. It's like, God, you could run, and I could let you right now. I love it. It was great.
That's crazy.
Actually, I almost shot Elliot.
I did it. It went real crazy. I did enjoy that fight with all the fireflies and everything.
Intense.
God.
Jeez, it was difficult to get through there.
Luckily, I had some sniper rounds. You know, my El Diablo and my hunting rifle.
Right.
And there was like all those guys at the far end who would just pummel you. Like for like the last room, they would just absolutely annihilate you.
Yeah, but anyway, I snuck through that.
I did not.
It was very difficult. So I died several times.
No, there's one guy. He came up. He saw me. I didn't die at all. He saw me wherever I killed him, or someone else saw that I was killing him, and then it was on from then on. Threw a smoke bomb, covered my escape, and then what I ended up doing was I would hop out and get it like halfway lined up, and then drop back down just before they'd start shooting me.
Right.
And then that way I knew once I got back up there and got in my scope, I'd only have to move up like just an inch, and then take one out, and then drop back down, and then do the same thing with the next guy.
Gotcha.
In real life, that would not work.
Right. But what I did is by being able to sneak through it, I knew you should be able to. Just the way that top floor was structured. Okay. I knew you should be able to.
Yeah.
Because
I killed a bunch of them until I ran out of ammo for my snipers. And I snuck around and took the other guys out.
See, what I ended up having to do was I went in there under gun, so I didn't have a whole lot. I didn't have a whole lot of supplies or anything. So what I did is I picked up the very first initial bottle. I walked in with a brick, picked up a bottle, threw it, distracted the very first guy. Where like 3 or 4 of them was focused kind of that direction. Grabbed my brick bag and I crouched and I kind of went off in the rooms off to the one side.
Yeah.
And I snuck behind the first guy, which is almost halfway through that floor. Killed him, and I actually caught the attention of the first guy. So I sneak back behind, kind of towards the doorway back behind me, throw a brick to where they're focused on that, and then I continue. Get another guy, do the same thing.
You're a lot better at that distraction thing.
Do the same thing, you know what I mean? And I ended up having to pick up a bottle, and then I had to walk back almost to the front side of the round just to distract him again, to sneak right back around to where there was almost no guys. The very end of it, right by the door, there's a barricade. Like, oh God, it's just a very difficult little maze right there at the end. But almost three barricades you'd have to jump over to get to the door.
Yep.
And I knew there was guys. I couldn't hear because I'd already used all that. It needed to regain, recharge. And I didn't have
recharge your hearing.
No, not my hearing.
That's only in the multiplayer.
Right. What the heck was it? I don't. I guess I remember. But I was under gun. I didn't have anything, and I knew there was 3 guys there. Okay, so because I could see the gun of one of them, and then there were 2 of them beside each other, kind of off the way, listening or talking. So, okay. So what I ended up having to do was I actually it was down the way a long ways. There was actually a bottle setting on, and I couldn't get to it, but there was a bottle setting on a shelf. I actually used my one sniper round, and I shot the bottle. What? They paid attention to the bottle. This is a gutsy move, and I didn't see it happening. I shot the bottle, and these 3 actually walked this way, and I whoop, 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 and right as soon as I hopped the last, and I was walking, I was within, I don't know, 10 or 15 steps of the door.
Yeah.
You know, initiated. So I went, huh? What is that? You know, they're like, you know, I got their attention, but they didn't alert. I walked through the door before they actually alerted, and it would have been any second, you know, very not nail biter situation. But,
yeah, then you barricade the door behind you.
Yeah, right.
You know what's funny for me is I killed everyone in that room, and I still barricaded the door behind me.
Really?
It's ridiculous.
That's pretty good.
Very excited for my second playthrough. I'm not sure if I want to do that immediately or not. But
I can't remember what the heck I had. But my hearing had something to do with that round. I can't remember.
Well, those guys, they knew how to stand still so that you couldn't see
Maybe
them.
That's what it was. Maybe that's how I was
It drove me
handicapped.
crazy. I could never tell how many people were there.
Gotcha.
Like at any time. It was just very different. But, yeah. Great game.
Yeah.
Do you know that rapist guy who tried to rape Ellie
Yeah.
was Christopher Nolan? Nathan Drake.
No.
Nathan Drake, yeah.
Wow. I guess I didn't even pick that up.
Saw his name in the credits. I was like, what?
Gotcha.
It said voice of David. I was like, which one was David? I don't remember.
Right.
No, it was that guy.
I guess I didn't pick up on that. You did a good job.
Oh, I got to that part that you were talking about with the 20-some clickers
Oh shit.
and the bloats and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
and the runners, all of them. Oh god.
Luckily, the runners weren't looking; they were all just sobbing.
Right.
But there's one part I got over to the right in this, I don't know, service area.
Okay.
And there's 3 of them. One of them's right here crying. One of them's over here crying. The other one's over there crying.
Right.
And I'm sneaking through. And I get past the first one. And I'm in listening mode. That way I can't possibly walk too fast.
Right. Okay.
And I get past him and I start to move over so I can avoid the next guy. I guess I must have bumped him with my butt. And then all 3 of them come at me all at once. And I killed them all. And no one else came at me. So I was able to continue sneaking through the rest of the round.
Oh god, I just knew that I'd get bombarded by them all if I screwed something up. So I actually I found a spot where there were 3 or 4 bottles laying on all in one little spot.
Yeah.
Whether it was a bum that did that or not, I don't know. Whatever. There's 3 or 4 bottles right in one little spot, and I had a brick. So what I did is but it was funny because it was a bus that they were on the other side of the bus, and I was on a little catwalky, sidewalk area up.
Yeah.
A little slightly elevated, so I wasn't making any noise in the water below me. 3 or 4 bottles was on one end of the bus, but to be able to distract them the way I wanted was I needed to sneak up. So the timing of running back and forth between my supply of bottles, you know, it was the timing was going to be weird. So what I did is I looked at the specific angle, and I looked at something on the ceiling to kind of give me some orientation. So when I was blinded by the bus, I'd kind of arch it over the bus, and you know what I mean, kind of orient myself with that one spot on the ceiling. So
okay.
my strategy was to get the runners completely out of that area. They're far enough from the bloaters and the clickers that I wasn't going to be able to make enough noise to distract them too. So I throw my brick right in the middle of to group all 3 of the runners together,
okay.
And then I grabbed one of the bottles right away and I arched it and I hit it and I broke it on one of the pillars. Like I don't know, pretty good ways off to the side of them. So now they're grouped, and now I've got them all committed to going one direction. So then I grab another bottle, and and so they got them out of the equation. So now they're way too far. So now that once I start on the clickers and the bloaters, I just shift them. You know what I mean? So what I did is I got through one bottle to group all of the few clickers and the 2 or 3 bloaters.
Yeah.
Group them up. One bottle right in front of them, another bottle right in front of the new location. I just walked them, and I used all of my stock of the bottles in my one brick, and bought me enough room in between where they were when I ran out, and where I needed to go, to where I could just walk nice and easy, and I made didn't make enough noise for them to catch their attention. Easy.
Wow. Well,
I put some thought into that.
Yeah. Other than being seen by those 3 runners, I didn't have to distract anyone. I just
Gotcha.
walked right by them.
Well, see, the bloaters when I was
The bloaters don't see you.
They were right. I know, but they would catch the attention of all the clickers and the runners. You know what I mean? If I spooked them and they made enough noise.
Yeah.
So I needed to get them the heck out of there too. So I treat the bloaters and clickers the same way. When
Yes.
you know what I mean? When I'm trying to sneak by them.
Bloaters seem to be able to hone in on you a lot better.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
but
God.
there 2 bloaters were right in the opening that I needed to go
Yeah.
into.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah, so,
fine.
right.
What pissed me off was I hoist Ellie up, and she pushes that crate and it drops down. And of course, everyone's going to hear it. Whenever I go to jump on it, they just keep jumping over it. Over to the other side, over to the other side. And I'm getting bombarded by the bloaters. They're like mortar shots or whatever.
Right.
Then I had to run around to get to where I'm going to jump up towards the bus so I can finally get up on top of it. But I was like, my heart was pounding. I know all this crap is going on behind me. I see, like, in my mind, 30 guys coming right at me, and I'm just hopping over this crate back and forth.
Gotcha.
I'm like, oh my God!
To start that off, there was a bloater and several runners and a couple clickers. Okay. To start that one alleyway off, or that tunnel, or whatever the heck you're in.
Yes.
Okay. To start that off, it was Ellie and me, and it was no sneaking past this. They had already alerted when I showed up there. So basically, I stayed up as high as I could, and I used a 1 or 2 Molotovs, and I used my what do you call my flamethrower? Did you ever have a? You picked up a flamethrower?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great.
It's very useful.
Definitely. I picked up my flamethrower and I just doused everybody. And then I hopped on the truck, and then once the ones that survived the first dousing, I picked up actually some more ammo for it, some more fuel for it, and I doused it some more.
One thing I didn't like about the flamethrower is how it looked when it was on your back.
Oh yeah?
It just looked out of place.
I see.
Oh God, there's one point where you're playing as Ellie, and I had my 2 long barrel holsters, already set for Joel, so I was able to do it with her.
Okay.
But it didn't animate, like they were 2 different spots. So whenever you'd look at it, I have my hunting rifle and my shotgun were merged together into one gun. It looks so funny.
Really?
Like,
gotcha.
like this part's a black stock, and then it turns into a brown stock, and then like the barrel's coming out of it this far, and then you see another barrel a little bit smaller coming out even further.
Gotcha.
That's fun.
Let's talk about graphics. How did it look?
Well, hold on. I want to know your part of the ending. One thing I thought it was interesting that they made us play as Ellie after Joel saves her and everything. It almost made me even more disgusted with Joel for that last little. Like, no reason for you to even be playing at this point.
Right.
But it almost made me more disgusted with him. Like, he's just carrying on. He's, I just want to stop and think about this.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he's just like, come on, like trying to keep me from thinking about it.
Right.
I just thought it was a very interesting choice to make us play as Ellie for that moment. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
By like just being pulled through this situation now,
Right.
even though you don't
what are
want
your
to
thoughts?
go.
What are your thoughts on him? His first step in blowing, or blowing up everything the Fireflies had going for. The one woman driving the whole point that the Fireflies still had for them, just ending it by killing him. No, just let me go, Joel. And then whatever he says, and then he just ends it right there.
Yeah, can't trust you not to follow.
Yeah, right. That's like. Yes, I really, really, really want Ellie back, and I really, really don't want you guys to do this. All your initiative put in your last ditch effort to get to her, but you still have a choice. Kill the doctors, don't kill the doctors. Boom, you kill the doctors. Okay? And that's not, I don't know if that's your choice exactly or not.
No, there's not a choice.
Okay, so you kill the doctors, okay? But you still have a choice. So
I only killed one. I didn't kill all 3 of them, if that's what you did.
No, I only killed them.
Okay.
I don't know if there was more than 2 or not, but I
There's 3.
was there,
A doctor and 2 nurses.
Okay, I don't remember the doctor and 1 nurse, but I killed the doctor, and I almost shot Ellie because I wasn't paying attention after, several rounds. So, and then I went to the other doctor, and he's kissed over the other nurse, and he kissed up against the wall, and I'm like, you're scared enough, you're not gonna have a scalpel pointed at me. So, you can still run away, fine. And then we initiate the grabbing Ellie in that. But you still have a choice all the way up. Even if you get back to a vehicle, just as you did, in the parking garage, and she's there. She's wounded, and you have a choice as Joel. You know what I mean? Not us as a character or as a player, but Joel has a choice to make. Kill her, don't kill her. Yeah, she fully understands that she doesn't have Ellie anymore. You've taken Ellie, but leave the Fireflies alone. Let them have all the hope in the world. Let them do all their initiative. No, boom! You just killed the leader of the Fireflies right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like that's like the very first major screw up that he's really done. You know what I mean? And it drives me crazy because you've literally committed yourself to something that you can't go back from. Because even if you did just turn right back around and give Ellie up, nobody would push. You know what I mean? Everybody else, she's the only leader there. She's the only one actually driving the initiative. So
I don't know. Did you listen to her audio logs and read her diaries? While you're sneaking through, there's 3 of them I found. And it showed that.
Yeah, I've heard mine. I can't remember.
That even though she made this huge push and got all of her guys there,
right? A lot of the guys,
all the doctors, everyone there just looked at her like a disappointment and looked down upon her. And
oh, definitely.
Made her feel like which makes me think that maybe she's not the leader. Like she was the leader back in Boston for that little cell.
Oh, I see.
The overall leader.
Gotcha. Oh, see, I guess the way I took it was she was the leader, but she was basically the motivation which made her the leader. You know what I mean? It wasn't that she had all of the scientific knowledge and she was the one that really had all the answers necessarily, but she was the motivation more than anything. Which I guess in my mind I just kind of took that as her being the leader. But if you don't have motivation, you got all the knowledge in the world. You know what I mean? But if you don't have any motivation, you're not going to do anything with it. That's kind of why I always. Anyway, well, you killed him.
Yeah.
So, in my mind, Joel is very well committed to his decision. Okay.
Definitely.
And
it's a very selfish decision.
Definitely. Now, you've got an option, or Joel has an option to, what's he going to do at this point? All right, he's settled. He's gotten it back to where things are kind of mediocre. He's got control of at least part of the situation. They're away from harm's way, out of the out from underneath the scalpel. You know what I mean? It's back in his control. Ellie, she is trying to understand the situation. Still feels a little uneasy about what happened and what she does or doesn't remember, and she leans on Joel for answers and asks Joel if he promises that the Fireflies let's see.
That was all true.
Yeah, that's right. Was it true that the Fireflies had other subjects and they had all the things that they needed, so she wasn't needed or necessary to the Fireflies, so that she could go scot-free and not have to feel any guilt for it? Are you sure, Joel? Do you promise? Joel, being the ass that it turned out to be, not necessarily that it turned out to be, but just the selfish decisions that he made at the end, said yes.
Without even faltering. Like, there wasn't even a hesitation.
I was just trying to think if there was or wasn't.
It was nothing. It was bull-faced lie.
See, now, and I like, me personally, I like going through my life and, in real life and even in videos, trying to figure out what kind of personality you are and what kind of just a person you are based on, the little things, the little cues that you give everybody.
Yeah.
And I don't remember 1 ounce of Joel just, like, he just cringed, like, I really don't want to do this, but I'll say it anyway. No. It just flat out says it. It drives me crazy. Like, maybe it tells me a lot about Joel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What kind of guy he really is.
Well, it all plays into what he said just before that.
Okay.
He said, I've spent a lot of time dealing with surviving, being the person who survives, and you always find something new to survive for, a new goal.
Right.
Ellie was his new goal.
Right.
So that's what his purpose for surviving now.
Right.
His purpose for living is that his new daughter. You know what I mean?
Get that. Yeah.
No,
and it makes sense.
He was just spilling the beans about his daughter right after that. Like,
Definitely.
he had made up this is his commitment now. His life is this, and so he's like spilling the beans. He's like, oh man, you should have. I bet you would have been real good friends with my daughter. You would have liked her. You would have this. And all of a sudden, he just lays it all out in the line. He's fully committed himself to this is what it's going to be.
Definitely. I don't know. It drives me crazy. It's I don't know, when you almost, it's not like it fills that void of his daughter being killed, having a new daughter or a new replacement. It's not like it fills that gap.
Yeah.
But it really takes a lot of your focus off of, you know, the pain and the hurt that you do have for that missing link in your life.
Yeah.
You know, that emptiness in your heart. Okay, it distracts you from that. So if he's got a new love for her, which is clear, it's obvious, but you know what I mean? It's almost like that's kind of what his goal was, his aim was, and that's not right in my mind. You know what I mean? Because you're forcing her to do that, and she wouldn't
do it without a lie.
Right, and that's right, and that's what drives me crazy. And you literally committed.
That's where he turns from like super awesome hero to really skeevy, creepy perv kind of guy. Right. He's got to lie to get someone to love him. It's
right. I don't know. That made me angry a little bit.
I was very disappointed with that part. Not that it made the game suck. It just completely changed my perspective on the characters.
I totally agree. This might be a question about Naughty Dog and their performance and their on the project itself.
I think they use extents.
They do. Do they?
Yeah, some Viagra.
You can buy that at Walmart. No, let's not. This is not that type of conversation. Let's talk about how epic the intro to the game was versus the epic outro to the game was. You know what I mean? How different. Let's talk about that in your opinion on how they were able to keep you wrapped in so in depth and so into it.
The intro was fantastic. I did not see it coming at all, and as soon as I saw what was happening, I immediately, of course, started saying, "Oh God, I don't want to watch this. I do not want to see this happen. I know she's going to die. It sucks." Now I understand why the relationship between Joel and Ellie is so important.
Right.
You know, what we're going to see is going to be so great. And God, I just never expected that we would even see an ounce of the beginning outbreak. Never would have guessed.
Yeah.
It was well scripted, well hidden.
Definitely.
Another thing was whenever I played that, I eventually figured out that I was going to be playing as Ellie at some point, just because I was thinking about how perfect the animations were for his daughter, like just the little movement animations, all that stuff, you know, from the first person perspective or third person. And I was like, God, what a waste if they just did this just for us to control the daughter for a little bit. And then I realized, oh yeah, I'm going to be playing as Ellie at some point, I imagine. And then we did, which was great.
Worked out really nice.
That was a lot of fun. I actually preferred playing as Ellie. It just felt a lot more, I don't know, she's much better for stealth. It just felt like he was so big and bulky
Definitely. And she was, like I said, she's designed almost for it.
Yes.
Also,
she had a knife, which Joel never figured out to get a knife and hold on to it.
How many scissors do you find throughout a game without finding one single knife?
Dude, just use the scissor.
Yeah, use a scissor.
Don't put tape on it. Just use it.
It's pretty funny.
That's hilarious.
So, okay, what was I gonna think of? What was I gonna say there?
Oh, that was so great when we got to see the giraffes.
Oh yeah, right. The when you're chasing down the deer. Okay.
Yeah.
During the winter
time. That's a lot of fun.
During winter, you're trying to survive. It's
survive.
Y'all choked up there for a second. You're trying to survive, and it's a very harsh winter, and Joel is wounded.
And you're in Colorado.
And you're
in the mountains.
In Colorado, right? In the mountains. It's excruciating. I'm certain. Now, Joel is injured. He's wounded, and he cannot basically do anything to survive by himself. So Ellie is literally, it's all on her steam. She hunting a deer. I was more tactical hunting that deer than I've ever been around any clickers.
Really?
Around blowers and nothing. It It was great. And there was
Throw a couple of bottles at it.
And I was just, I'm just thinking, God, there's a lot of blood. He's gonna be right up here. Nope. 3 miles later.
Yeah, that's one thing. As a hunter, did you feel like it was true to form?
Nope. Not even close.
All right.
As
a gamer who's not a hunter, I was like, man, this is pretty freaking realistic.
As far as how deer react, yeah, and as far as how that there was only one single deer, not even close. As far as the amount of blood from a wounded deer, not even close. As far as I actually did that, I went back to it in a previous checkpoint to redo it. It doesn't matter where you shoot the deer. Initially, you still get the same amount of blood, which I expected, but that's not true to form. Okay, but regardless, how stealthy you had to be and how touchy the deer was as far as knowing your presence, that was nice.
The deer never saw me.
But yeah, well, I actually ran up over a hill, thinking, oh yeah, I'm just gonna get in front of him. Nope, went there, boom, and he ran away. So it took me a little longer on that run to seal the deal, but it did take where I shot the deer with my bow. It should in real life have dropped right then and there, but it didn't, which is not a big deal. I mean, I expected as much.
Well, they had to get you to go all the way to where David was.
Definitely. And once you got there and then initiated, everything, all those questions were answered.
Yeah.
So, as far as comparing it to real life, it was, as far as a video game, it was trying to be as realistic as possible. I'd say it did a good job.
One thing, God, some of those people hold a grudge like no other. Like,
what do you mean?
The other survivors that shoot at you first, and then decide, well, we gotta mess you up because we shot you first, but we weren't good enough to actually kill you, and you killed 20 of us, so we're pissed.
Yeah, right.
We're gonna hunt you down.
Yeah, and then David.
Just leave us alone.
David and his clan. Yeah, we're really mad because you killed X amount of our guys, and we're trying to survive. Now we're really mad. And, well, fine. Yeah, that's what we're doing. What do you think? We're out here just hunting you down? No, we're here to survive. We're doing the exact same thing.
Beat you.
So I mean, I didn't necessarily like it, them creating a reason for us to be pissed at each other, but it was at the same time. That was literally why we were fighting, is because David was mad because we killed some of their people.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but let's be angry and part ways. You go be angry over there, we'll be angry over here. We'll fend for ourselves like we were 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We don't need to track each other down.
So yeah, it was. I don't know. It was interesting, but at the same time, it did set the footprints for the the next few. The next initiative or drive to, be angry and the boss battle and
that was a great boss battle.
Different fights and different arguments and different things. So
yeah.
So
man, that girl fought so hard.
Oh shit! Hats off to Ellie.
Yeah, that was great.
She did really well for no more than what she had with her and no more than what she knew as far as how to survive.
Yeah, that was some of my favorite scenes right there.
Definitely.
And you and I both played on hard, which was, I'd say, the way to play.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not like they make it so difficult for you. It just forced me to rethink my tactics whenever I started having a hard time.
Definitely.
Trying different combinations of crafting my materials.
Definitely. I soaked it up as much as I could. I tried to scavenge as if I was doing it in real life. As if I were literally fighting tooth and nail to live, to keep my wits about me from day to day, and I found I'd say I probably found I'm confident in saying I found the majority of the things that were set out to be found, the collectibles and you know what I mean. I found a lot of that, and so it's not like, and the number of ways to pick up health and the number of, and if I had a recommendation, if you come up in a situation where there's a door that can only be opened with a shiv,
freaking do it.
Do it every time. I never regretted it.
Yeah, me either.
I mean, I only have.
There's
one
also
shiv.
a trophy for opening every one of those doors.
Yeah, right.
which I missed because I didn't do the first one.
Yeah,
So I was like, I don't know how
I-
good it's gonna be. And then I came to the second one. I had like 3 shivs.
Right.
So
Well,
I was like,
see, the first one, I was like, I only have 1 shiv. I don't know, and I weighed all my options. I was like, I really believe that I'm going to need these shivs someplace else, and so I waited.
That's how you know it's a good game.
Right. Well, you got to put a lot of thought into it. You know, it's just phenomenal how well it wraps your mind into it. As far as graphics, let's kind of bring all that back around. It's nice. I love it.
Spectacular.
It does a damn good job of, I don't know, keeping it very fluid and keeping it just to where it's very streamlined. You know what I mean, throughout your gameplay. And I don't know. I never had any. Well, there was one time I guess I had a not a rendering issue, or you. I don't know. You and I had talked previously about how Naughty Dog has their tricks and their abilities to, you know, make every area that you run into, as long as you go from A to B to C to D, you know, as it's stepped out and placed in front of you. As long as you continue along that path, you'll never ever see an issue. And loading screens were definitely a part of what were noticed. And
loading screens are hidden. Because there's loading screens are hidden.
Right.
There's one point where I turned around and went back to check an area that I didn't feel like I'd scavenged well enough, and then I hit a loading screen, which was really weird.
Right.
But other than that, they hide every loading screen with a cutscene or an area that's like really small, but they make you do something like really minute. To something that kind
give
of time
them a little more time.
Yeah, that way you don't notice that they're rendering, the next 5 minutes of gameplay for me, stuff like that. Like there's one where you, like the very last ladder situation you have to do with Ellie before, you're in the sewers. You got that really rushing water, and Ellie gets swept away. Right before you do that, there's that whole ladder situation where you have to do the most intricate ladder moving that you've had to do in the entire game.
Right.
Move it over here, climb up, pick it up, move it over here, drop it down, jump down, move the ladder, and lay it down like a bridge and all that stuff. You do all that, it takes forever. You come up over the corner, guess what? Giant flowing river. Wonder how long that took them to render that and get that all loaded. Well, you never know because you spent all that. You let them load it while you were working around this little 20 by 20 room.
Yeah.
Which is brilliant. Also, oh god, that situation with Ellie. Where you're trapped in the bus and you're trying to save her and she jumps down. I'm like, oh my god, Ellie, you're gonna die! Yeah,
Ellie, you really should have stayed up.
Don't worry about me!
Yeah.
Oh, so mad at those freaking fireflies for not letting me finish resuscitating her. She's gonna die. She's gonna die! Makes you douche.
Yeah, oh god. I was so, very, very frustrated.
Let me finish saving the girl.
Yeah, what am I gonna do? Well, I'm not gonna, you shoot me, you see me go for a gun. I'm resuscitating someone. This is not endangering you. This isn't me airing up my bomb I've strapped to her. No, dude, just let me do it. I mean, give me 5 minutes, and I'll walk with you. You know, something. Jesus, dude.
Jerks.
Yeah. Oh. Oh god. I was like, yeah, Ellie's dead. Ellie's dead. Guaranteed. I don't know how the story's gonna continue. Ellie's dead.
Joel's torture techniques are brutal.
Oh, fuck God.
Where he's just shooting that guy?
Oh, jeez.
Tell me where she's at. Boom! No, I can't. Tell me where she's at. Boom! Oh, I don't have time for this. Boom!
Yeah, right.
She's upstairs!
You point on the map. All right. I hope your buddy says the same thing. You walk over. I'll tell you.
He told you the truth.
Yeah.
I believe him.
Yeah, I don't need you because I believe the guy. I mean, why would he lie? He's got 3 bullets in him. Yeah, I agree.
Boom. It was intense.
Yeah, it was awesome. And it was actually a lot quicker for a torture scene than I would expect it. But it was nice. Definitely did the job.
Well, time was not on his side.
Oh, no.
He did.
Oh, no. So, that's... what about the multiplayer?
Multiplayer's a lot of fun.
It is a different style of multiplayer. Before Last of Us was in my hands and I was absorbing it and loving it, I actually had a little meditation session with myself, trying to figure out what kind of a different style of multiplayer that we could come up with. Anybody, what different things could you bring to the table for a multiplayer that would actually be worth playing, and you know what I mean. And I think Naughty Dog nailed it. I think they did damn good for the style and what they had to, I guess, the direction they wanted to go.
You've only done Supply Raid.
Yeah, that's right.
Survivors, I hear, is even more intense.
Survivors is you die, you die.
One life per round.
You're right. You die, and you basically you clear out the map.
Yeah.
You're last one standing.
Yep. Well, it's still teams. It's not.
Is it teams?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it sounds a lot more intense. It's the one I want to try. Last night I did Supply Raid. This was great. Let's see. It was 12 to 18. I was on the 12 side. Okay, so we were losing pretty hardcore. And so I turned on my mic. And no one else in my team has a mic. So I started trying to like rally the troops and get us all, point us all in the same direction and use communication and stuff like that so everyone knows. And we were able to turn it around and eventually win the round.
Nice.
From that. And these guys have been stomping us. Like, we've been losing consistently. This is the first round we won. And, got us all together. Got us all down to where both sides had 4 people left. That was it. I was like, oh god, this is insane. It was the dam mission. The dam level.
Well, I like that place.
And it all culminated to the top of the dam. They were on one side, we were on the other. And they kept throwing out smoke bombs like crazy so we couldn't see them. And this guy who was sitting with me, he said, is there another way around the dam real quick? I said, well, yeah. And I told my guys, okay, just focus this way, keep their fire drawn. They ran all the way around. One of their guys was already dead. We come around to find 2 of their guys down and 1 guy getting ready to pick them back up.
Oh, nice.
And so I shoot the 2 guys who are down out from underneath them. And then he runs away, order everyone to do a full frontal assault, and we end up chasing him down the hill just a little bit and just completely massacred him.
Wonderful.
Round over. I had like 50 more supplies than I needed.
Wonderful.
It was epic. It was so great. Awesome. I urge everyone to not mute your mics. Because there's one guy in there, I'm pretty sure he muted his mic. Okay, Video James, don't move. Okay, you're moving. Okay, stick together in a group. Okay, everyone, let's move with James. James is not listening.
Group's back here.
So yeah, it was just amazing.
That's awesome. That's cool. We've definitely it's bringing a whole new experience to it because it doesn't force you to play as a team, but this is as close
to worth it.
Oh God, if you play as a team, it is designed to benefit you. Designed just specifically for that.
Yeah.
And
there's actually you can choose to do like a quick round, or you can do a quick round no parties. That way you don't end up with any people who are working together.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I did one of those, and I think we lost, and we only killed like 3 of their guys.
Gotcha.
So working as a group, they were constantly healing each other and stuff like that.
They're all working together. They're all working together every day for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not just that round.
And I killed one of them myself. I hopped in the round, 2 of them dead. I killed one. That was the last kill that we got on them for the rest of the round. It was great. Embarrassing, but great. This guy pops his head around the corner. I see him run, and he hides behind this little thing, wait for him to pop out. And then he goes back, and then he pops out again. Boom, headshot. And then he's like trying to crawl away. I shoot him in the butt, and then he's dead.
Gotcha.
And then the 3 of his friends come from the right side.
Yeah.
That was intense.
Wonderful.
Oh.
Last of Us. What's your overall thoughts?
It's a perfect game.
Wonderful.
I don't know if I want to play it yet because I don't want to overuse it.
Right. I've got minimal, very, very few things to pick on, but as far as what I expected out of it, it's went above and beyond.
Yeah, the platinum's attainable too. I think I can get the rest of the single player platinums on the next playthrough.
I have not even close. I mean, as far as I don't have an idea if I could or couldn't. I don't know how close I am on a lot of that.
It's just all collectibles and beating it on certain difficulty.
Gotcha.
And then multiplayer ones, which are also attainable. You max out your Firefly faction. You max out your was it Raiders or something like that? Hunters. Your Hunters side, and and you get everything else along the way.
Gotcha.
So basically 2 prestiges. But
Okay.
you go for 12 weeks, and each round is a day. So you have to be able to keep your team going for that long. That's it.
Gotcha.
So, all right.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's all I have. Grade A.
Yeah.
If you haven't picked it up, I strongly urge you to do so. And then, yeah, it's like you say, you won't regret it.
It's wonderful. Great game. Do yourself a favor. Don't play with anyone else around.
Oh God, great. I'm glad you
Because
touched on that.
I played by myself and had a great time, got myself completely into the experience, creeped around every corner, took my time. As soon as I had someone with me, I started like running out in the open and trying to do it all
you feel
cool.
obligated because
You want to make it more exciting for the person watching.
definitely. Now, if you have somebody with you that, or a good friend or a brother or whatever, or whoever that has the game and is enjoying that, you know what I mean, with you in their own time, okay, and they're with you, that's all right, okay, because I instantly felt like I had another buddy with me that, he's played it, but he bought it and went straight to the multiplayer. He's never played story, never actually enjoyed it. He doesn't know what the hell the story's all even about. So he's actually annoyed with the multiplayer because he doesn't know why he's crouching at most times. He doesn't know why there's like 5-on-5. He doesn't know 4-on-4.
Doesn't know why it starts with 5 bullets.
Yeah, he doesn't have any idea. And he's there to know it. So, but when he was sitting next to me, I was instantly, I felt like I needed to up my game and be a lot more aggressive and make it more exciting. And but I'm blowing my cover, I'm getting shot at 10 times, I'm blowing through my ammo left and right.
We're playing on hard difficulty.
Geez,
You can't play like it's the Wild West.
Yeah. So it's do yourself a favor and just play by yourself if you have the ability.
Then again, I guess if you're watching this, you should have already beaten the game.
Yes.
So, you know.
I'm sorry for the spoilers. Should have. We said this a little late, but yeah, you know.
You know. All right, cool.
Yeah. All right. I think that's wraps.
All right.